And I've often said this on the show, but what you have to remember with celebrities is when they speak out about something, particularly something that wants to be in the paper or they want to get into the paper, they're normally being paid. You know, the sort of thing where they say, I'm speaking about this health issue because everybody should know. And then further down the piece, there's always a thing about where, by the way, they're an ambassador, they're a sponsor for this particular brand of drug, or indeed a pharmaceutical company, medical aligned company. They're simply being paid, but it's dressed up in some kind of feature. That's the thing with celebrity now, what's real and what's not real. Now, when you think about it, this particular celebrity has been adored for many years, but of course he's had his issues. I remember many years ago, he was appearing in the West End play Cellmates and disappeared, if you remember, because he had something of a breakdown, very public breakdown, in fact, where he never returned to the play. And yet, as I say, it's certain sort of people he's revered. He is a brilliant actor, raconteur. Some people might say Oscar Wilde reincarnated, a part that he played to perfection on the big screen. But now you see Stephen Fry, like everybody in a particular arena, is literally looking for work. I mean, whichever way you look at it, people like to work. It doesn't matter who you are. There aren't that many big films being made, and someone of his stature and particular parts and age, it's hard to get work. So, as you can imagine, he was very thrilled to be asked to do this particular role for the commercial channel ITV. But is this really what prompted this new outburst in the British media today? Let me explain. Hi, morning, how are you? Nice to see you today. Thank you as ever for joining me. Lovely to have your company. And as ever, thank you for your lovely comments on some of the recent videos. As ever, though, to your story of the day. Fascinating this because, as I say, you think about it and you think, why would this person say this? Well, of course, we're talking about Stephen Fry. Now, Stephen recently popped up in the media basically saying he's backing a campaign for the removal of the use of bearskin in the King's Guard. Those are the guards, of course, that everybody goes to see at Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, outside all the main royal residences. They do a terrific job with their band every day. And of course, let's not forget, the changing of the guard is a free spectacle here in the very heart of London to see every day. Not bad, is it, when you think about it? So why Stephen decided to do this? Well, it's quite simple, really. You know, when you think about it, it's always about them, self-preservation. No two ways about it, you know, and the reason is because Stephen has a quiz show on ITV in the afternoons. That's right, not even prime time, but 4 p.m. in the afternoon of the American mega hit show Jeopardy. Now, Jeopardy is a great game show. I've seen it myself when I've been over in America. A lot more sort of high anxiety watching it. You know, you really want them to win. It's a good, fun show. Our version, sadly, has failed to, well, kickstart any interest, let me tell you. Fascinating this when you think about it because, you know, they've spent a lot of money on it. He's very expensive. And some might suggest that Stephen's just reminding people by aligning himself to yet another cause that, of course, he is back on screen because it's just shoehorned in at the bottom. Stephen, as I've said, is a very complex character, forever quitting social media and returning to social media. You know, some might sort of say a bit of a diva. So when you look behind this story, and there's a serious context to the story regarding the bearskins, but it's not something that can be solved overnight. It has nothing to do with His Majesty the King or Queen Camilla. They don't have a say in it, but it is an historical fact. So while that goes on, you can understand why many people might suggest that, of course, Stephen Fry, well, hit upon a hot topic, making sure, of course, that people talk about that, and more importantly, the one thing he enjoys talking about, himself. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.